Over the last 3 years, I've been able to try just about every single lead generation strategy you can think of. Everything from Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, paid marketing, and even shoutouts. And in this video, I'm going to be ranking 20 different lead generation strategies. And at the end, I'm going to be picking the best one to grow your business in 2024. All right, guys, so we're going to use TierMaker here to kind of rank these different strategies. I have them all custom made here at the end. I've basically tried just about everything in the last 3 years. There's a few different strategies I did not try yet, but I've pretty much tried just about everything you can think of. So we have our couple different ranks here: God tier marketing, really good marketing, average, below average, and just about awful. I kind of have these all kind of randomly scrabbled all over the place, and I'll kind of give some more feedback on these as we go through it. So first one here is affiliate marketing. So assuming you're a business owner selling a product or service, either coaching, a service, some type of digital product, this is what we're going to be kind of focusing on when it comes to lead generation. So if you are a business owner with a product or service or whatever, and you want to do affiliate marketing, where would I personally rank this? I think this is average, right? So affiliate marketing has a lot of potential. It was actually the first business model I personally got started with, and I was promoting digital products and high ticket courses online and earning a commission. Now, if you are an actual business owner, because everything here is going to be described from the lens of a business owner, getting affiliates for your program or course can be really good. But the reason why I put it in average is it takes a lot to actually get set up and done properly. Now, a course with affiliate marketing is pretty simple to set up. Most platforms allow you to have some type of affiliate link that you can give out to your affiliates, have them promote it. But to do affiliate marketing the right way, in most cases, you're going to need to grow a brand organically, run paid ads, and it can be very tedious to set up. So it is average. When it's working at its peak, it can be really, really good. And just for frame of reference here, guys, I've made money with all 20 of these strategies, either selling my products, selling other people's products. I've made money doing all 20 of these. So everything here that I'm going to break down can legitimately make you money. I'm just breaking down which ones in my 3 years of business have been a lot easier opposed to the ones that have been more difficult. All right, so that's affiliate marketing going in the average tier. I'm going to keep looking off to the left here a little bit because that's where I have the list of all these icons here. So next up is cold calling. Cold calling will always have its merits, right? And especially if you're someone that doesn't have a massive budget to spend on paid marketing and whatnot, cold calling will always be a viable tool to get leads. But I'm going to put it here in the awful tier because no one likes cold calling. No one likes being cold call. You know, depending on the business model you're in, if you're in like real estate or something like that, where it's really applicable, insurance, very applicable there, it makes sense to do that. I know that's what they teach to this day, and cold calling can be done really well. But as a business owner, you don't want to do cold calling, right? It's awful. It's really exhausting. I think cold calling now is becoming more and more difficult as well. Just like anything, inherently rather, can get difficult as time rolls on. But cold calling, putting that at awful, I was able to make a little bit of money with cold calling, not much at all, and I really, really hated it. But cold calling and door-to-door sales is one of the best ways to improve your sales muscle and just build yourself up as a business owner, being able to get used to the word no. So if you're really like scrappy and you really have no other ways of marketing or getting leads, cold calling, of course, is always there. All right, cold email outreach. I'm going to say below average. I've done cold email outreach at scale. This is where we're sending hundreds of thousands of emails every few months to mass markets of leads. We're scraping leads from email services, scraper tools, LinkedIn, and we're sending mass email with follow-up cadences. And we made some really good sales. We made multiple high-ticket sales. We sold services as much as $10,000 through just cold email. So it's very, very viable. Okay, I don't want to ever indicate that if I put it below average or awful that it's not something you can make money on. I know people making 7 figures a year with cold email, but I'm thinking of the ways of new business owners, and you're just getting started in entrepreneurship and business, and you're really trying to take your business to the next level. Or maybe you've been an experienced business owner with like a brick and mortar or in-person service and you're looking to get online. Cold email is a hassle. Now, at scale, if you have a solid lead generation strategy already rolling, cold email can be viable as like an additional cherry on top in your marketing strategy. Meaning, if I were to really do well on Instagram ads and I want to implement another kind of marketing channel just to sprinkle in a few leads and sales every month, that's where email marketing, cold email can be really viable. But you know, unless you're going to put all your eggs in the cold email basket, it's kind of really difficult to scale and also really set up to begin with. All right, so this is Loom Outreach. Now, this is something I personally did not too long ago. I think end of 2022, I was doing cold email outreach. I remember I was on vacation in Mexico sending Loom Outreach. So if you're not familiar with like Loom Outreach, basically it's where you go on platforms like Instagram, TikTok now, or even like email services, LinkedIn, and you go out, you find a profile or a page that you think you can work with, and you send them a brief Loom video kind of breaking down how you can be of service to them. So it's like cold DM marketing, but it's with a Loom video instead. Like allows you to personalize the outreach a lot more. And then at scale, you can create like an evergreen Loom that you send to a ton of people, no matter what their profile looks like. So for us, when we're trying to do cold outreach with Loom to attract high ticket coaches and provide a done for you service to them, we would go on Instagram, we'd have our VAs scrape a laundry list of people, like upwards of 2,000 people a month on Instagram. And we would just, my business partner and I would just send Loom videos, kind of short 5-minute Loom videos, kind of breaking down, hey, I love your profile. I think you're doing amazing things, but I'd love to help you even, see 5x increase into your monthly revenue, but with our done for you services. So that's basically what a Loom outreach would be like. We'd kind of give like an audit and kind of share our screen, breaking down like a roadmap as well. I put it as average. This is very tedious. It was very exhausting, but it yielded a very high return for us. We signed multiple $10,000 clients through this service in a month, right? In fact, we made $50,000 in a month with a brand new offer doing Loom outreach. It was actually insane. I say this to say you can make some serious money with it because not many people have the bandwidth and capacity to go send a ton of Loom videos out. But if you do it, like it's very personal, and I'm more likely with a good open message, you're more likely to get a good response from this type of approach if your open rate is good and then you send a really good Loom. But very exhausting. In fact, I'm actually going to put it on below average for me personally because it's really tedious and exhausting. Next up is an inbound dialer funnel. So dialer funnels, this is going to go in the really good tier. So dialer funnels, they're a little bit complex to set up, but basically dialer funnels are kind of broken down in this format where basically you're going to use paid marketing. Anything with paid marketing is going to be really good or god tier, just to FYI for you guys. But a dialer funnel is basically you're running ads to like a low ticket product, some type of ebook, course, some type of freebie online. You could do paid ads. You could also do it organically if you have a lot of good organic traction. But you're basically giving away like some type of lead magnet, right? Whether it be a course, community, whatever. And what will end up happening is people opt in, name, email, phone number, or free training, by the way. They'll opt in, name, email, phone number. They'll get the free training, the course, the ebook, the whatever you're kind of giving away as a valuable asset. And then what you'll do is have a team of outbound dialers that will get that information in the CRM, call those people, and do one of two things. Either call them and say, hey, double check with them to make sure they got their asset. Or if they did get their asset, they claim their asset and everything, call them and check with them on how they're doing. Are they getting value from the asset that you're giving away? Most people do that to like a course, like a free course or like an ebook or digital download. And it would be something along the lines of, hey, opt in for name, email, phone number. Give me your name, email, phone number, and I'll give you this free course on how to go from 0 to 10,000 followers on Instagram in 90 days or less. Okay, it's supposed to be that entry level thing that you can opt into. Some people do for free. Some people do for like, a low ticket price of like $20 or something like that. And you have a team of dialers calling these people. They're basically like doing a triage call to see if they're a good fit, see if they're getting value. If they are a good fit and they need additional assistance, you would pitch them to get on an actual call with the closer. And then that's how you can close a high ticket price point by just using a low ticket freebie or lead magnet. So that is the dialer funnel. Then you have back-end emails and stuff like that. So why is this not God tier? It's really good because the upside on it is amazing. I know so many 8 and 9 figure entrepreneurs using this. I would put it God tier. The one thing that is preventing me from making it God tier is that there's a lot of moving pieces to get this rolling at a nice level, right? For one, you have to have a really good product or digital download, whatever the case might be, or community that people really want to be a part of. It has to be very valuable. So that's one thing. Next up is you want to make sure your landing page and opt-in form is all well optimized, right? That's going to be something you need to optimize, tweak, check the opt-in numbers, check the landing page visits, and see if it's well optimized. Then you're going to need to have someone dialing people, calling them. And it's not quite a cold call because they're seeing some value. They're getting some upfront value. So these people tend to be responsive for the most part, but you're still going to be having to chase leads down, calling them, checking in with them. And it's also a longer sales cycle as well, right? Because in most cases, someone needs to kind of go through the free asset first, get a little bit more warm and nurtured first before they're ready to get on the phone and sell right away, right? Or buy what you have to sell right away. So there's a lot of moving pieces. And especially if you're a newer business owner, this is going to be kind of difficult to get up and running. But if done right, like this is very powerful. And I did this for some time with TikTok, where I would give a VSL funnel. I'd have like a VSL funnel, and we would just send a ton of people to the VSL funnel. They watch a free training. If they book right away, great. If they don't book, we would call those leads back with the dialer funnel and just check in with them and get the ball rolling. So very, very, very powerful. Anything with paid marketing, and you don't even have to use paid marketing to do this. If you have a really organic brand and it's really strong, you get a lot of inbound leads, you can send people to like a free course where they opt in, name, email, phone number, and then zap those people into a CRM where you can collect all that information and then you follow up with them via phone call. All right, so next up is Facebook groups. I think nowadays Facebook groups are average. Most people are straying away from Facebook, and it really just depends on your audience. If you're someone targeting a younger demographic, chances are they're not going to be on Facebook, nor in a Facebook group for that matter. And if you're attracting more of an older audience, people 35 and older, then yeah, you can probably get away with a Facebook group still. And Facebook groups still are very profitable. And I want to say, again, just want to reiterate, all 20 of these lead generation strategies I've made money with, and I think they all can work. And it all comes down to what you believe you want to put your time and effort in. But I think Facebook groups are average these days. They're very profitable still. But of course, just like anything that has multiple variables in place, you got to make sure that you are optimizing for that, right? So with Facebook groups, one, you got to have a good group, meaning the reasoning for joining the group is actually very valuable. If I'm a coach and I help people grow their businesses, I need to make sure my group is centered around that, right? Then when people opt in, do you have assets and trainings, and do you go live in your group to provide a lot of value in your Facebook group, right? That's another variable. And then another variable is, what is your setting process like? Are you reaching out to people initially when they join the group? Are you tagging them with an asset? Are you properly bringing a new Facebook group member through your lead nurture sequence and following up with them and pitching them on the phone? So there's multiple variables to it. It's not anything too complex if you know anything about business and marketing. So it's not too hard, but there's multiple moving variables again. All right, Instagram organic, really good, right? Like I think Instagram still is one of the best platforms right now to grow any business. Now, I think Instagram organic, depending on your niche, can be really good or God tier, or it could be awful, right? So if you're in a polarizing niche, right? If you're in like make money online, business opportunities, if you are a woman entrepreneur or in women health and you have a niche community, there's certain niches and subsections on Instagram that can really, really go viral quickly. Okay. And if you build an organic presence on Instagram and it does really well, the world is yours, right? Your business can explode to the next level if you have a really strong Instagram following organically. So it's still really good. I wouldn't put it God tier though, because it's a full-time job maintaining an Instagram profile organically. You got to stay on top of your content. You got to, keep posting. I will say nowadays Instagram does a better job of showing your content from months ago to your newer audience still, meaning your videos and reels and content stays in circulation, which is good. And of course, Instagram is one of the best, if not the best platform to date for building a really strong personal connection with your audience. You get stories, you got feed posts, you got reels. People can share, swipe up on your stories, and there's more of an interactive feel on Instagram still, where that community is still there. All right, next up is Instagram shoutouts. I'm going to put this in really good as well. So Instagram shoutouts is really most applicable to the B2C space. So if you're a business owner selling to consumers like fitness, relationship coaching, business opportunities, make money online opportunities and that stuff, that's going to be where, business shoutouts, or rather Instagram shoutouts, are going to be really good, because you're going to pay to basically get bigger brands, bigger followings that will give you a shout out on one of their posts. Those posts normally last about 24 hours, so you can rank in a ton of followers within a short period of time. But it's a hit or miss at times. One, you got to make sure the person that you are getting the shout out from, the bigger account that's going to shout you out, you want to make sure their demographic is mostly United States or whatever region you want to be a part of. You don't want to be someone that is trying to attract the US and Canada, and then that shout out person is giving you mostly people from India that can't afford your services. You got to be careful with that. Shout outs can be hit or miss too. Sometimes you can get a shout out and not get many followers. Sometimes you get a shout out and get a ton of followers. Shout outs normally group you into one lump sum of pages that are also getting shout outs. So your reach and impressions are going to disperse, right? So maybe 6 other people are going to be in that same post that you're going to be shouted out in. So you may not get as many. And then getting a solo shout out from one of these bigger pages can be very, very expensive. expensive with a high chance of not a high chance, but a probable chance of you not getting a ton of high quality leads from there. Well, that is all true with Instagram shoutouts. There is a lot of upsides. Personally, for me, at one point, when I was doing affiliate marketing, selling products and services, I was doing shoutouts almost every week. I grew my following insanely fast. I grew a ton of revenue and cash collected in my business every single day. I was doing a shout out, which I would do them like once a week. I was making a ton of money from them. So it really comes down to your niche and offer. And in most cases, you want to be in the B2C space to really benefit the most from IG shout out. Next up is organic email nurture. Okay, so organic email nurture is God tier. Okay. Organic email nurture, meaning you grew a list organically. These are people that have followed you on social media and they opted in. These are people that have purchased a product or service from you before in the past, and they're still, their email is still on your list. Email marketing is still God tier. And if I were to make a separate YouTube video talking about some of the things I wish I'd done differently in my time in business, one of the things I would have done differently is take email more seriously. I'm 23 years old at the time of this video, and in my head, I'm thinking email is dying. Like, who even opens up their emails? And it really shocked me to realize, just from learning from some other mentors, the importance of email and how effective email can really be if you're doing it right? So it's all coming down to how well are you doing it? How well are you nurturing, segmenting your list? Are you providing enough upfront value in it? And are you speaking to your audience? If so, organic email nurture is it's in God tier for a reason, right? It's one of the best things you could possibly do because it keeps your client and your kind of customer and sales retainment going, right? Like, staying on top of your audience is so important. That's what you can do with organic email nurture. Next up is free lead magnet, right? So this is really, really good. Free lead magnet is really, really good because in most cases, lead magnets are the best way to just get people into your world and get them in the potential buying mood, right? So it's a free lead magnet, so they inherently aren't buying anything. But if they get some really good upfront value, like a free course, a free ebook, a free community where they can ask questions, maybe you go live and do Q&As once a week or so, anything where they're getting something first, it's always following the law of reciprocity. Meaning, I give something to you and I give so much value to you up front that in return, you're going to want to give me something back. In most cases, cash, right? We want cash. So a free lead magnet, there's so many different really good lead magnets out there. You got books, courses, digital downloads where people can download like an asset, like a calendar or a worksheet or something like that. Anything where you can give your audience some value up front, the better the lead magnet and the more valuable it is, the more likely someone is going to pay you on the back end for your services. So really, really good. It's not quite God tier though, but it's in that really good realm there. Next up is LinkedIn cold outreach. So I put this in the average tier. I've done LinkedIn. I've gotten a few clients through LinkedIn as well, doing cold outreach. And where LinkedIn is right now, it can be God tier, right? If you're in that B2B space and you're really looking to attract those high-level business owners. LinkedIn is one of the most, I believe there's some data on it where the average user on LinkedIn makes more money than any other platform, which makes sense, right? A lot of CEOs, executives, high-level people use LinkedIn all the time. So there's a lot of money on LinkedIn, but because LinkedIn is known for a platform to do outreach on, you need to really be up there in your game when it comes to the types of messages you're sending, the way you scrape leads, the way you follow up with leads, the automated systems you have in place, your offer and what you're pitching to people. Like, there's a lot of moving variables to make a LinkedIn cold outreach really, really good. And I'm not saying you can't be good with it. I'm just saying it takes a lot of time and effort too. So I'm putting in the average here, especially as a newer business owner. Any type of cold outreach for me, knowing what I know about organic marketing and paid marketing, like it's hard for me to rank it really high. I know though, without being biased, I know how powerful it can be, but I'm going to put in the average tier personally because of how many moving variables you need to get dialed in before it really starts optimizing well for you. Next up is LinkedIn organic. So I'm going to put this in really good, right above average, because if done correctly, if you build a good organic presence on LinkedIn, I mean, it's really close to God tier. I don't have it God tier yet because anything organic is very hard to scale. So LinkedIn organic is really, really good. And if you're posting content consistently, you're building a good audience, you're going to have people throwing money at you if done correctly. Okay, so LinkedIn organic, really good. All right, so our second God tier is Instagram ads, right? I personally teach, and I'm heavily leaning in on teaching other online educators, course providers, coaches, consultants how to leverage Instagram ads to grow their business. If you didn't know, that's my main thing. If you want to book in a time down below in the description and talk about how we can help you, feel free to do that. But Instagram ads, God tier, especially if you do it the way I teach it, which is pairing your Instagram ads with your personal brand, right? You're not just launching ads to a VSL funnel where no one can really look you up, get a feel for who you are as a person. Where you run ads directly through our Instagram, and our Instagram profile is the funnel. People land on our page, they see our content, they check out our story highlights, they see some of our reels and the personal side to us and who we are as people. They see our pinned post and see the stories that we've been able to share, accomplish, the case studies that we have, the people we've been able to help. And then we just use the paid ads to fuel more and more people every day consistently to see that. So paid ads have done, especially the way I teach it, is God tier on Instagram. And even if you don't do it the way I do it and you just do a standard landing page to VSL funnel, that is still really, really powerful right now. So very, really good. And you got to keep in mind, like, I believe it's over 2 billion people that use Instagram. You're going to have your target audience on there, and there's going to be a good amount of people that you can really, really tap into and scale certain audiences and niches really well with Instagram ads. So God tier, not much to really elaborate on that. Any type of paid marketing is going to get you farther faster. And yeah. Next up is Pinterest. Pinterest, depending on what you're offering, could be average. Pinterest organic, by the way, but I have it in below tier, below average, because it's an SEO tool for sure, and it's good, right? Like, people go on Pinterest to search. It's one of the biggest SEO tools behind Google and YouTube. But I put it in below average because a lot of the people, there's a specific demographic. First off, most people that use Pinterest are women in the United States. So if you're someone that is doing men's coaching, right, men's fitness coaching in Canada, or I mean, it doesn't really have to be in a particular region if you do it online, but if you do like men's fitness coaching, you're not going to really get that side of the demographic of people you want to work with. That's one knock on it. Next up is a lot of people don't go to Pinterest to consume video content or course material or invest into coaching services or service providers necessarily. They're going to find like small knickknacks and like things that they can put and decorate in their house, their rooms. They get inspiration from Pinterest. So there's a lot of traffic that goes through Pinterest, and I think it's best applicable for like physical products. I think that's where Pinterest really shines, because when you're searching for certain things and you look at like a room inspiration design and then you see something in that room that you really like, then you can click on that and then get the link and purchase through it. You can make a ton of money. I think Pinterest is most applicable for affiliate marketers, which is what I used to use Pinterest for. But all things considered, as just like general rule of thumb, from my experience, I'm not going to speak on what other people do, but from my experience, I think it's just below average compared to all these other different lead generation strategies. Now, if you were to eliminate some of these guys, I think Pinterest can move up in ranking. But if you had the option to do Instagram or Pinterest, you're probably going to take Instagram. If you had the option between Pinterest and TikTok, you're probably going to go TikTok, right? Like, that's the way I kind of rank these. And again, I've made money through all these. Pinterest is one of them, but I think it's just below average, especially considering how the demographic on Pinterest is limited to a small region of the world compared to all the other platforms that have a bigger net pool of people. All right, next up is TikTok ads, God tier. Especially if you're in e-commerce, TikTok no doubt is one of the best. But even if you sell a service, course, if you do high ticket coaching like I teach and do, TikTok ads is up there, right? Because for one, the composition on TikTok as of now isn't that high compared to an Instagram. So your ad dollars go farther with TikTok ads opposed to Instagram ads or Facebook ads. And as far as just like overall rule of thumb, like TikTok the platform is highly engaging. The organic reach is still up there as far as just like compared to other platforms. And then if you again can replicate what I teach, which is using Instagram, your personal brand on Instagram and paid ads, if you replicate that on TikTok, which is using TikTok organic marketing and then pairing that up with some paid ads, you can really explode your business with TikTok ads. So TikTok ads is God tier. Next up is YouTube ads, God tier. As you can see, all paid marketing will be God tier. Paid marketing is the fastest way to grow a business if done correctly. Okay, right? So you don't want to make the mistake of just going out there spending money and not having an actual game plan and strategy with marketing. That's the mistake a lot of people do. They'll tell themselves, I'll try paid marketing on my own. And I always scratch my head, because it's like, if you had a cut or a bruise and it was really severe and it was really bad, would you say to yourself, I'll just fix this on my own, or would you just go to a doctor, right? Someone that's an actual expert at healing that stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I had a broken bone in my arm, like I wouldn't say, oh, I could try to wrap this up on my own. I would just go to the specialist. So it's the same thing with paid ads. Most people, where they go wrong with paid ads, why they're scared to do paid ads, and why they've been burned in the past, is they'll do one of two mistakes. One, they'll just say, I'll try it on my own, and they'll have no marketing strategy. They have no expertise. That, you know, people don't realize this, but media buying is a high income skill set. It's something that you have to learn to be excellent at. You're not just going to stumble in, run some ads, and get lucky unless you're being educated and guided on how to actually do that. So that's the first mistake, is trying to do it on their own. The next mistake is having somebody else do it for them, like a done-for-you ad agency, and they have no idea what the ad agency is doing because, again, they're not educated on actually running ads. They're just paying someone a ridiculous price point and a percentage of ad spend to run the ads for them, and when things go wrong, it's not really the agency's fault. Because at the end of the day, the agency, it's not their business, it's yours. So they're not going to take it as seriously as you. So those are the two mistakes people will make with paid ads, and that's why they'll be burned by it, and they'll say, oh, I don't know if I want to do paid ads. But if you learn paid ads on your own and you go in with an actual marketing strategy, a proven strategy, you'll be very successful with paid ads every time. So Instagram paid ads, TikTok paid ads. Instagram technically is Facebook, so I'm just going Meta paid ads, TikTok paid ads, and YouTube paid ads. God tier. TikTok organic. Right now, TikTok organic is really good still. Organic reach is amazing. They're starting to allow people to do messaging now, like where you can go back and forth in messaging, which is going to be what takes TikTok marketing to the next level. Organic reach is really good. The audience that you can build and the community that you can build on TikTok is really good. People seem to get on TikTok and be more friendly. Have you ever seen like those memes where it's like someone posts a video that's questionable on TikTok and then the comment section will be like, post this on Instagram, right? Like if you've never seen that meme or joke, basically what it's implying is that TikTok users for some reason are less toxic and less negative. But if you were to take those same videos and put it on Instagram, the comment section would be more ruthless, maybe filled with more bots, right? Like you can see a distinguishment between Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is more well polished, and some may say there's this big facade with Instagram, while as on TikTok it's more like raw, organic. People seem more close knit there and less negative on TikTok. I don't know how long that's going to be, but the platform is still really good. This is where I made like my first multi-six figures online, is with TikTok. So one of the best platforms right now to still build your business. YouTube organic, with the exception of email, this is going to be the only thing that's done organically that's God tier. Okay. Only thing besides email that will go in the God tier list that's organic, which is YouTube. This is a retirement fund. This is how you never work again a day in your life. This is how you build your business to multi-seven figures. This is how you build the audience of your dreams, the business of your dreams, the lifestyle of your dreams. It's YouTube organic. If you have a well-established YouTube following, it doesn't mean you have to have a big, massive following with millions of followers. It just means you're niched down. You have a clear audience of people that love the content that you talk about and are getting educated and inspired about what you talk about. You can literally print money, right? Like a well-established YouTube following, if someone can sit down and watch hours and hours and hours of your content, day in and day out, every week, every single month, that is a raving fan. That's the definition of a raving fan. You can see multiple YouTubers, Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul. Like you can see these different YouTubers create anything and their audience will go out there and buy it. They'll buy Prime Energy Drink, right? They'll buy Feastables, right? They'll buy just about anything that you have to sell, right? Alex Hormozi, $100 million leads. They'll buy all his books and memoirs and everything because you've built up such a good audience. And if done right, you should be providing so much value on YouTube where it feels like your audience, they feel obligated to pay you because you're just giving away so much value. We're going to take a little left turn here. It's why Twitch streamers, like people always wonder, like, why do Twitch streamers make so much money? Is because they get entertained, right? They entertain their audience for hours on end. They feel obligated to pay them and donate to them. So if you can do the same thing with YouTube, with your audience and your business and what you sell, it is literally the number one way to retire rich. All right, next up is low ticket community to upsell. Boom. This is going to be really, really powerful, right? So specifically a paid low ticket community to a upsell. So what does that mean? People that enroll in your community, maybe they pay to get in, like, like a monthly subscription plan, or like they pay like an entry fee of like, $10, $50 to enroll into the community, or they get like a free course that's in your community, right? Or like a course that maybe costs $10. And then with that course comes a community. Even if you go with a free community to an upsell, that's really good as well. But we're specifically talking about paid low ticket products into an upsell, right? So this is going to be really, really good because one, a community is always important. A paid one though is God tier because people are willing to pay you some money, even though it's a little amount. They're willing to pay you some money first, and then when it comes time to the upsell, again, if you provide a lot of upfront value with that paid product, and you're also harboring these people in the community where they can ask questions, interact with other people, you provide some type of additional value like lives or Q&As or whatever, free masterclass trainings. Then you do like a VSL, which is your masterclass training, but it's basically like a video sales letter where you're kind of presenting value, and at the end you give people a call to action to book in a time to enroll in the master high level program that you offer. That is God tier. Very, very God tier. I've done it a few times. Russell Brunson talks about this a lot in Expert Secrets. If you want to learn how to do like a nice webinar to a high ticket upsell, this is the book for you, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Really, really good there. Down to the very, very last one, which is referrals. Okay, so referrals, this is from your existing clients giving you referrals or previous clients giving you referrals. They're passing along people that they believe would be a great fit for your product or service. You know, they went through your product and service and they said to themselves, man, this is so amazing. I got to tell other people. This is, of course, God tier. God tier, God tier, God tier, because if someone else can tell and market for you for free, basically, there's no better way to grow a business, right? I mean, like, the only thing I contemplate putting this in really good because it's not scalable. As I'm looking at it, do I want to put it in really good because it's not scalable? These are all scalable, right? Like email is it's scalable for sure. It's not as linear as these others, but I'll put it in God tier because let's be honest here, if you have a really good product and you ask all your clients to give you at least 1 or 2 referrals, I mean, you can literally double, triple your business just by doing that for free. So referrals, God tier version of lead generation. Again, it's not necessarily scalable, like linear progression wise, but as you get more customers and you fulfill and deliver great results to them, I mean, that's how you can get more referrals. So technically it is scalable. It's just not as linear, and there's not like a step-by-step game plan where you can, optimize it, but it's still God tier. So those are the 20 different lead generation strategies. Here's what I personally believe. I'll give you a last minute kind of breakdown on how I would execute this going into 2024 here. So find one platform. By the way, real quick note, notice I do not have Twitter on here, right? Or X, as you may say. I personally haven't used X. I know some people that have killed it on there as far as code outreach, organic marketing, communities, and stuff like that. It really echoes the same thing with Instagram and TikTok. If you can build a good organic presence, it's going to be really great no matter what. So I didn't want to put it on here though because I never used it, but I know people that have really done really well. So anyway, to kind of end off the video here, what should you do? What's the best strategy to go with? First things first is getting into business, have some type of marketing budget, right? Like you can, of course, kind of get your first few clients for free with code outreach, with organic marketing, but have some type of marketing budget, anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a month. If that's too much, even just a couple $100 a month, ideally about $500 a month for paid marketing. What I would do if you haven't got on social media yet, for the first 30 days, get on either Instagram or TikTok or both. I recommend Instagram personally. Get on Instagram organic, start posting content to your page for the first 30 days. Just fill your feed with a ton of content. I would post maybe like 4 or 5 times a week. And then the second month, start using some paid marketing. You're going to start using some paid marketing with Instagram. This is where you're going to funnel people to your page, which is your profile. You can run boost ads and basically get people to follow, learn more about what you have to offer, and stay consistent with your content. And then over time, what you can do is put together like a free training, freebie, free guide, whatever, in the link in your bio. You can collect emails and use email marketing over time to just nurture people with value. And then you're going to want to pair this up with YouTube organic as well. So you're going to be wondering, what should I email people? Well, you should be making long form videos explaining and addressing the biggest questions and concerns your target audience faces on a day-to-day. And then you can email from your YouTube channel. You can email your audience of people opting into your freebie every week or so, the free videos that you're putting on YouTube. You can send them an email, hey, check out my latest YouTube video, and then your Instagram ads is going to funnel in more people to see more of your organic content, your free content, and then of course that's how you can kind of scale there. That's what I personally think. In the meantime as well, you can distribute your content on Instagram, your reels and such like that, on TikTok as well. And from there, if you find that TikTok is performing better for you than Instagram, you can run TikTok ads as well and replicate the same process. That's what I personally think is the most scalable and the easiest for beginners in 2024. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like for more content like this. I'll see you guys all in the next video.